This morning I woke up with one feeling: freedom. Not the kind that comes from escaping, not the kind that waits on the other side of success, healing, or becoming someone new. Just simply freedom. A quiet freedom. And as I sat with that feeling, one image gently came into my mind: a horse. Then I remembered something that happened a few days earlier. As I walked through my home, I happened to look down at the patterns in my flooring. For just a moment, I saw what looked like the head of a horse. And some would call it coincidence, others would call it imagination. But I've learned that nature often whispers before it speaks. The horse had already arrived long before the paintbrush ever touched the canvas. And as we know, across cultures and throughout history, the horse has become a timeless symbol of freedom. Yet perhaps we've misunderstood what that freedom truly means. When we think of freedom, we imagine a horse galloping across endless fields, chasing the horizon. But maybe freedom isn't found in running at all. Maybe the horse is free because it simply is. It doesn't carry yesterday. It doesn't rehearse tomorrow. It doesn't cling on to an identity. It isn't trying to become a better horse. It simply exists, completely, present in this moment. And perhaps that is the greatest freedom any of us can ever know. We spend so much of our lives trying to let go. We try to release old stories, old wounds, old identities. We believe letting go requires effort, movement, a breakthrough, a journey. But when you look at a tree, the tree never forces its leaves to fall. It doesn't shake its branches. It doesn't chase the wind. It simply remains rooted. And when the season changes, the leaves let go all on their own. Maybe we've been approaching healing the wrong way. Maybe letting go isn't something we do. Maybe it's something that naturally happens when we stop holding on, when we stop resisting, when we stop believing we have to become someone else. As I painted this horse, I didn't see an animal preparing to run. I saw a quiet strength, a gentleness, a presence. Yet, the horse remained still within it all. And perhaps that is the message. Freedom isn't running away from your past. It isn't outrunning fear. It isn't becoming someone different. True freedom is when you stop identifying with every thought, every story, every role you've ever carried. It is a quiet realization that beneath all of it, you have always been free. Perhaps that is why the horse appeared. Not to remind me to run, but to remind me to simply be. Not to remind you to run, but to remind you to simply be. Because when we learn to be fully present, life knows exactly what to take away. Just as a tree releases its leaves in its own perfect time, we release what no longer belongs when we stop gripping so tightly. And the deepest freedom isn't found in movement. It is found in stillness. And from that stillness, everything unnecessary gently falls away. Perhaps freedom was never something we had to find. Perhaps freedom is simply what remains when we finally allow ourselves to be free. If you resonated with this message, like and subscribe for more nature-inspired stories through art. Until next time, namaste.